More about the transphobic thing. All right, hello again, everyone. It's Russ here with another one, as always. So today, in my broadcaster voice, as Linda has said that she loves, we're going to be reading more of the forms. All right. So first on the list we have Mulder for me. Mulder for me, going once, going twice. It's gone. Okay, yesterday at 7:19 p.m. Huh? Pew Pew was actually right about something for once. Ram Ranch, yesterday at 7:28 p.m. Not sure if anyone saw, but there was a mass shooting at a Minnesota Catholic school by a MTF Robert Robin Westman. It just so happens Mr. Westman was a contributor on Yaba's favorite website, Skibbity Farms. It also turns out the gunman's diary was written in a coded language that was cracked by a Kiwi Farms user. We stay winning. Spike's Guide says Robin apparently had an account on the website Skibbity Farms, which is unrelated to Kiwi Farms despite the naming similarity. Another Kiwi Farms user posts more translated pages of the Strange Diary. KF Poster appears to have finished the translation of the Strange Diary. Yaba says, Aaliyah seek help. Needs batteries. Yesterday at 9:36 p.m., Carrie's BFF Calypso, because she's the only one that comes anywhere close to Carrie's level of paranoia, is doing a stream all about the trolls and their allegations against Carrie and how unfair they are to St. Carrie. Ugh. I haven't watched the whole thing yet, just been dropping in and checking out the hilarity of the chat every so often and found several gems already. Calypso the Cryptid says peaches in the chat are free but also belong to TJ. Early chat cringe, but Calypso was apparently TJ's new girlfriend after his previous 20-something girlfriend dumped him after he had to go to the hospital for a blood pressure issue. Now, I'm not going to say the blood pressure issue. Oh, blood pressure issue, excuse me, not tissue. Learn how to read, Roth. Now, I'm not going to say the blood pressure issue was related to some erectile dysfunction medication, but I will point out that overuse of certain ED medication can lead to blood pressure and heart issues that are incredibly similar to those that TJ had to deal with when he was recently in the hospital. Carrie crying victim about a video playing on stream that she's reviewed on hers and other people's streams at least a dozen times by now because it's over 2 years old at this point. Also, what she's had to go through was nowhere near what she's put other people through. If people want to talk shit, that's fine. I totally expect that being in this community doing what I do. But this shit they do, I've never done that. I have never used people's private personal info. Just blatant lying, which is pretty pathetic. She's doxed numerous people, usually by using the name that they had attached to accounts that at one point contacted her privately, either email or Instagram. She shared the full legal name of one of these people with her Discord, eventually sharing it publicly on stream when she felt that he had gone too far. In his criticism of her, she then contacted one of his relatives and interviewed them on stream. Another person she doxed was also being critical of her despite formerly being a fan of hers. She used the name attached to the email address of an email that she had received privately to look up this person's criminal record, which she then shared publicly on at least two different channels. One that no longer exists but was owned and operated by Omnipresence, an ally of hers. On top of all of this, she also allowed others to panel on her stream and dox a former moderator of hers while collectively accusing this person of several crimes, all of which were unfounded allegations but repeated by Carrie as fact and then parroted back by her hugbox. The stream is still ongoing. I'll probably be able to watch later for a more complete critique. Eggs Over Easy is next on the list, and Eggs Over Easy says, today at 12:41 a.m., just a little follow-up on Alexis. She's more interesting than I thought. On June 12th, we have a Banal post. I don't know how to say that. Binal, whatever it is, about the importance of immigrants. Funny, if only because she's suggesting her parents' experiences are analogous to the average ICE narrative. Alexis 2002. Both my parents were immigrants. My dad was born in Budapest, and his parents came to America during the Hungarian Revolution. My mom was born in Nuremberg and didn't move to America until she was 17. My point is, not all immigrants are criminals, and it's racism. 5 minutes later, this is my grandpa and his brother. They are called Moors. Moors are South Africans who escaped during slavery, and it said they swam through swamps and ran into Native Americans. The Native Americans took them in and started their own colony. Native Americans were here first. So now she's somehow mixed race because her either paternal or maternal grandfather escaped slavery, was taken in by natives, and eventually developed an independent community, then returned to Germany or Hungary, directly or indirectly through South Africa, to immigrate again, either during the Hungarian Revolution or when his very white Teutonic daughter turned 17. I love this lady. If you'd like a timeline of Moorish contributions to the Americas, one specific community, worn in capital letters, I have more stuff in the archives if you'd like to learn the secrets of tricknology, or as that black prostitute calls it, technology. The stare of judgment. Also, I may have to stop pretending to be Shadow Hare. Someone in the thread complimented her recent videos, and I almost said thank you unironically. Strawberry Douche is now the last on the list. And Strawberry Douche says, today at 1:18 a.m., funny, I thought the Moors were Muslim invaders who converted Iberians with the sword. Silly me. Turns out they were born in Budapest and did Native American cosplay. Maybe she means the freedmen who were escaped slaves. The Native Indians were enslaved for generations and refused to give them tribal rights in the mid-20th century. They had to take it to the Supreme Court to get their rights the Cherokee stole from them. The more you know. All right. So yeah, I kind of did and didn't get a headache by doing that. Let's see. Speaking of Shadow Hare, what has Shadow Hare recently been doing? I have not gone over anything by Shadow Hare at all. Um, yeah, I have no idea. Uh, who? Okay, here it is. Yep, Shadow Hare 33. All right, yes. So this is something about Jessica Messica. Uh, well, two things about Jessica Messica, actually. Listen, Linda, a Jessica Messica clip compilation, Breakup to Makeup, Jessica Messica live stream clip compilation. What is this? Who is the Linda? Who is the Linda that Jess here is talking about?
What made you buy the ticket? I have a delay, by the way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not really too familiar with like NAL or whatever. I'm assuming like you're not exactly friendly with her just by the stream. I'm like a super busy guy, so like.
Okay, this is 22 minutes. I'm not going to listen to all of that. Never mind.
Okay, so Naked and Laughing.
All right, what is Breakup to Makeup? I'll go over this instead. Breakup to Makeup, Jessica Messica live stream clip compilation, February 4th, 2024. All right, what are you going to say about NAL, Naked and Laughing?
Okay, so Naked and...
Now, Naked and Laughing, for everybody that isn't aware, if you're out of the loop, NAL, Naked and Laughing, is King Cobra, Cobe's ex-girlfriend, who and they had a very toxic thing going with each other for quite a while. Cobb's put it out there that NAL was very volatile and very abusive towards him during their relationship. So there's that. If anybody didn't know that, you know that now. Voice message. I don't want to listen to a voicemail right now. All right, let's continue.
Laughing. We know her.
Hang on.
Okay, so Naked and Laughing. We know her. Do we love her? I was going to say we know her. We love her.
Oh, yeah, this is when they broke up. Yep, this is February 4th, 2024.
Can't say we love her. I don't hate the woman, but it's a mess, all right? So her and Cobes have been talking for a while now, over a month now. Thank you, BGTV. BG, I was going to go live later, but I want to watch her Shani live, so I'm going to try to speed it up. I'm trying to speed it up in here. So, dude, first of all, their relationship is like going to be the most toxic thing ever. I can't show their... Hold on one second. So let me just pull this up. I'll give you a synopsis on my feelings. So, and yes, I am advanced nipple sucker. Okay, so that's a now related reference. So the dude from Bite Size Cobra Vids hit me up, right? If anyone wants to link BGTV, feel free. The Bite Size Cobra Vids, blah, 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 hit me up, okay? The dude from Bite Size Cobra Vids. And he literally is like, do you think he actually likes her or not? I'm not going to show their messages because they didn't give me permission to show their messages. But basically the question was, do you actually think she likes him or not? Because the community can't tell if she's just a grifter or not. So I'm going to say my response. And let me know if you agree or disagree, right? I said, right before she became obsessed with Cobes, she was head over heels for another weirdo who is now in jail that had a YouTube channel, FTW. She found out he had moved in with one of her mods behind her back and then hated him. The next day she got wasted in her driveway and said she was now in love with Cobes and we would all pay $5,000 to watch her fuck him. At this time, we did not know she was ever a cam girl. Cobes community found out and then swarmed her channel. I think it's a mix. She has the emotional capacity of a young teen and is obsessive. She falls in love in a day. Her and Cobes do have tons in common, and I think she wants someone bottom of the barrel, so she has less.
They what they did was when they did break up, right? There were a lot of people ganging up on well, I think the two of them actually, not just one of them, ganging up on both of them, right? And assuming all sorts of things about the relationship when they didn't know shit. Just like how everybody has assumed things about my relationship, and just like everybody who has assumed things about my relationship has not known shit. Of course, being on the internet, you have to expect that. Like, you're going to have people who don't know a goddamn thing about anything going on in your life make up all sorts of shit. That's to be expected. That's common. If you're going to be a public figure, content creator, a streamer, whatever, you have to expect that. It comes with the fucking occupation. It comes with the job. Okay? You have to expect people critiquing your life.
Of a chance of being rejected. They are a legit match made in hell.
Just like how back in the day, when Wicked Witch of the West over there started streaming about me, she made it a point. When you work for a news outlet like Fox News, you're used to people talking about the state of your marriage and blah, 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 blah. Things like that, right? She made that a point, so I will make this a point. If you can't handle criticism from other people, get the fuck off the internet and find something else to do.
And she is much more aggressive than him. I think she believes she is in love with Josh, and all of the attention, money, and drinking adds to the positivity she's feeling. I think she's just as much addicted to the attention now as she is obsessed with Josh. I do think she would go to Casper 100%, but I also think she's down to be a pay pig in the meantime. If she doesn't get the money in a lump sum, she will spend it on booze because she is a drunk. Sorry, period. I would love to see them together. It would be amazing content, but it would also be one of the most toxic relationships in history. I also think she might stuff about him, so she might not know that he's low-key a pervert and how volatile he can get when he's drinking. She only sees him alone.
Yes.
And then I said, there's also a choose chance.
Yes. Anybody that doesn't know this, King Cobra does drink quite a lot.
There's also a huge chance once she walks into his apartment and smells his breath, she will get smacked with reality. But I do think she believes she's in love with him. Do we agree with that as a whole? Is that what is I was trying to speak for the people. Some people might say harsher things because I don't think it's a pure grift. I don't think it's a pure grift. Let me know how you feel. Because she's crazy obsessive. All right. So my favorite Cobra content, not my favorite. I like his old shit. I like the, I like the compilations, like the sex doll era. But my favorite content is when he's arguing with chicks, because there have been many women that have come into his life. First of all, let me start off by saying this. The man in the past, he has some things going on upstairs or whatever, right? He was known to be somewhat of a stalker, okay? He didn't understand appropriate behaviors with women growing up, which is why I think he has his mantra now. What's his mantra? She has to be alive, of age, cis female, non-related, preferably goth. Am I missing any? That's it. Those are the qualifications.
Yep.
So I think the goth one is wavering, but I think anyone who meets the criteria and consenting, of age, alive, non-related, cisgender goth, thank you. I think anyone who meets the criteria has a chance. So I don't think it necessarily means you're that special, but like I said, they do have a lot in common. So before...
Yeah, speaking of gothic stuff, right? Yeah. Mainly, in the MySpace days, right? Anybody that fits the criteria of because a lot of people back in the day, mainly younger kids who were fans of all those, and a lot of younger kids that used to use MySpace made it a point. Yes, Black Veil Brides, Asking Alexandria, Of Mice and Men, those types of bands, they saved my life. Yeah. So if you fit the stereotype, basically, if you had a lot of, if you wore eyeliner and you dressed in drag, basically how Jeffree Star was back then, you fit the criteria of being a MySpace kid, a scene kid, a hipster, an emo, whatever you want to call it, that type of stuff, right?
Get into the naked and laughing stuff. Are you guys in a rush? I want to show you like a couple arguments he's had with women in the past, because when he gets angry and starts dragging chicks, it's so wild to me, because you see a different side of him. Because I know he was real angry about now talking about his ego, but when he gets mad, like if you insult him in a certain way, he will bring that shit out. Okay, we'll watch. So this is him dragging someone once he gets mad. So basically, a troll went into Gothic D's chat and was like, shout out King Cobra. And she did.
Him with girls.
So then the trolls showed him and they were like, oh, this goth chick has a crush on you. So then he was so excited, thinking that this goth girl was in love with him. She didn't even know who he was. She started getting trolled by him, by his audience. And then she rejected him. She ultimately said, like, I'm not your girlfriend, I don't like you. And this is like his response.
So haters be making videos about me on YouTube trying to make fun of me. Watch me watch this with a straight face.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Ready for this shit?
This is what I want from Nal and Cobra's relationship. Like, they're starting to fight publicly. Ariel is right. This is the difference, is Nal will never stop talking to him. So this is only the first round one of their breakup. This is round one. And they got back together already. So I need more draggings. Yeah. So for anyone that wants to bother him, and it seems like his trigger is calling him not goth. It seems to definitely be a trigger of his. I'm fucking sick of this shit.
You're sick of this shit? You're fucking sick of this shit?
Okay, so Fatty Behavior says, I miss this era. Fatty, this is what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that we are going to get this era again with Naked and Laughing. I'm hoping that their fighting continues, that we get more response videos and fights. What I really want is them to meet each other. But if they don't meet each other, I want them to break up every other day for my own amusement.
You don't even know the half of it, dude.
I just don't get how they're Naked and Laughing and Cobes have never even met. The amount of red flags they're both presenting to one another, fucking incredibly huge red flags, slapping each other in the face with them. Fucking just stop talking. But since they're that's me trying to be friendly, but me as a viewer, I guess keep fighting. Keep fighting for my entertainment then. But this is so toxic. How do I put this? What I noticed about Naked and Laughing and Cobes is they insult the shit out of themselves. What's the word? Self-deprecating? Is that the word? They speak so lowly of themselves, but behave opposite of what they speak. For instance, if someone is walking too slow in front of Naked and Laughing at the grocery store, she'll call them, hi, bite size. She'll call them, a piece of shit, bum, loser, get the F out of my way, fat ass, da-da-da-da-da. If you thought lowly of yourself, you wouldn't be I can't explain.
Yeah, no way it ends in anything other than tragedy. Yup.
God, they're so similar to one another. That's why I'm this could be an amazing. Actually, there's no way it would end in anything other than tragedy, but they are so similar, incredibly similar to each other. But I think she's more negative than he is. I think she's more aggressive than him. Yeah. I just want to play this because I want to give you an exhibit of his temper while drinking. We know how Nal gets. I'll show you. You'll see in a little bit her screaming at her mother.
What?
Right. Imagine Josh in demon mode and Nal in demon mode together in his apartment, wasted. someone's gonna die. Someone's dying. I'm dead ass. It'll be horrifying.
Well, I mean, it's the same. It's kind of similar to you know, and everybody has always made it a point, right, for many years of how toxic that you know, it's just of how toxic that because people talked about this for quite a while, right? How toxic MFW gets when she gets drunk, right? I feel like King Cobra's the same way. Like there are a lot of people that are not pleasant when they get intoxicated. Okay, Hussey too. We've all seen, you know, Hussey when he's drunk, and that's not, you know, no disrespect to Hussey, obviously. But you know, a lot of people when they get drunk, when they're intoxicated, they can't control their actions. Now, myself personally, whenever I get drunk, I just pass out. That's something I can't control. But you know, when anybody who gets intoxicated, when they start getting angry, or you know, when they start getting angry and they start throwing shit, whatever the fuck it is, they can't control their actions. Blame it on the alcohol, baby.
Second of all, my YouTube trolls. This is the arc I'm living for. The reaction, the reacting to each other. Remember when Didi and Foodie used to do this? Oh my god, I love this. Trying as hard as they can to break me and Jessica up. Yes, have all your private arguments on stream. Hell yes. First place. And third of all, you know what I'm saying? How am I emotionally? What have I done to you, Josh? That's why you tried to blame your autism on me trying to get a sentence out yesterday. And then telling me I'm not the adult because I don't want to communicate. When then, let me say something from experience. I don't know if you guys remember this and it's taken down, but Naked and Laughing had Bali on panel and they were supposed to talk about their differences, right? Naked and Laughing was 3 sheets to the wind. And if you try to have a conversation with her about a specific topic, she literally rambled for about 45 minutes about how she made some evil man laugh at a joke one time. Okay? She did not let Bali speak. And then when Bali would like try to clarify what they were talking about, she'd be like, Bali, you don't understand me. You're not listening. Like, I can only imagine what Cobes is trying to deal with on the phone with her ass. So she keeps saying, like, he's not letting her explain herself, but I'm pretty sure she's just drunk and rambling.
Mm-hmm.
All I was trying to do was communicate with you, and you couldn't even let me get out my sentence. And so you had to say, I'm autistic. You're doing this to me because no, I'm not. I'm trying to talk to you like a human being. What does autism have to do with any of this? But it doesn't get you anywhere. Actually, I will say this is, I'm not speaking about, Bali was way less drunk, Kimberlina. Bali held herself very well on that panel. I'm going to say this really quickly, and I'm not speaking for all people with autism. I'm just speaking of some people I know personally. So, like, I think some people with autism, maybe even Asperger's syndrome specifically, like, they have issues processing, like, sarcasm and emotion. It's very overwhelming, and they might not reflect the same type of emotions. So I think it is a factor when dealing with something like Naked and Laughing. It's probably overwhelming as hell. It doesn't.
All right. Well, that was interesting. So let's see. Okay. Shadow Hare, 15 hours ago. Shadow Hare says, now that I have figured out how to fix the aspect ratio on my clips, should I redo videos and make them public and move on? Leave them unlisted and move on. What is this? Oh, Francesca Ramsey. This goes out to Azria's former mod. Oh, something about Hikari, who apparently got her face chewed last night. Thought and prayers. Thanks for continuing to stop by. My other videos will be returning. I'm still processing some things that have been going on here in IRL. Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. Sharon, I'm so confused. Okay, bye.